Now that you're officially a Green Card merchant, let's take a look at your merchant dashboard and run through each feature and its functionality. Right off the bat, once you log in, you'll be introduced to your merchant dashboard. Now, this is kind of a snapshot of everything at your business, such as your total transactions this month, total amount transacted, your processing profile, which includes information like ACH credentials, charge limits, and payout limits. Below, you'll have your API keys that connect to your WooCommerce site. We do have a WooCommerce plugin that allows you to facilitate e-commerce transactions for your dispensary directly online. So if you run a delivery or e-commerce service out of your dispensary, we guarantee payment at checkout every single time. With this solution, we eliminate risk currently seen with the cash on delivery model. And then as you scroll down, you'll get a snapshot of your most recent transactions within your store. You'll get a more detailed view of this in the tabs to our left. Starting with customers and payees, one of the things about Greencard that dispensary owners love is that we're not just a payment processor, we actually give you ownership over your customers, meaning that you get their name, email, and phone number so you can retarget them at a later date or target marketing towards them in a sequence. Every time a customer checks out at your business, whether it be vending, e-commerce, or in-store, their information will populate right here in the Customers and Payees tab. Moving over to the left to the Users tab, in the Users tab, this is where you'll track every employee, personnel, manager, and contractor you have working at your business. They'll each have their own account, and you can update their permissions accordingly, such that you have a marketing person on your team. You want them to only see scheduled outreach, customer groups, and email and SMS templates. Whereas maybe a manager, you want them to see the full view of the Green Card back. Moving on, let's check out vending. So if you've thought about or are interested in putting a vending machine in your storefront, Green Card is the platform to do it with. We have an exclusive partnership with DMVI, or Digital Media Vending Incorporated, which allows us to run Greencard directly on their federally compliant machines. What that means is when a customer shows up at your storefront, they can approach one of these vending machines, scan their ID, complete age verification, and pay without having to go to the counter. Moving on to invoices. The Invoices tab in Greencard is really your one-stop shop for everything invoicing, whether it be from a distributor, supplier, or a large ticket client. Tracking invoices is extremely easy in Greencard. That being said, creating them is equally as easy. Starting in the right-hand corner, we'll click here. We'll look at a customer that's currently in our platform, or you can type in an email of someone who hasn't used Greencard before. So in this case, I'll just continue with a recognized client, which is myself. Here you have the optionality to include a merchant invoice number. You also have the optionality to upload an invoice from QuickBooks if you want to keep everything consolidated in one platform. In this case, we'll continue with a description invoice, that being a bulk item. We'll do 1 unit at $100 and create. Now, once I've opened my email, I'll be introduced to an invoice looking like this from Greencard, invoice ID, invoice date, due date, from Santa Monica Dispensary, address, the email associated to the account, and the phone number. In this case, I'll come here, pay the invoice. I'll be prompted to the Greencard page. I'll proceed as a customer of Greencard. If you're not a customer of Greencard, you'll be prompted to create an account. I'll be sent a one-time password. From there, I'll be prompted to click on which account I'd like to pay from. In this case, I'll pay from my checking account. And that's a successful payment. Moving on to the Ring Up tab of Greencard. This is really the bread and butter of the Greencard platform. Everything around it is built on these rails, meaning that your customers can pay directly from their bank account to your merchant account with our ACH plugin. These are the rails in which our invoices, vending, and e-commerce all run on. So I thought the best way to explain how Greencard really works is to show you. On the left-hand side, we have our merchant interface, which you can load up on any web-enabled device, whether it be laptop, iPad, or iPhone. On the right, we have our customer-facing interface, which is our Greencard application, which is both on Android and iOS. Now, after the customer has walked around the store, choosing which item they'd like to purchase, you'll then ring them up, take that ring up amount, input it in Greencard, press go. Once you press go, a custom QR code will generate. Now, either within the Greencard app or their native phone camera, the customer has the ability to click, scan the QR code, and the transaction amount will load immediately onto their phone. Now, from here, they have the option to add a tip, whether it be 10, 15, 20%. And then they'll be prompted to transfer this money to the dispensary. We'll click transfer. We'll be prompted to confirm that we'd like to transfer $138. And there's our confirmation. Now, moving over to the transactions tab, we'll see that this transaction has already populated within Greencard. Now, the transactions tab is especially important within the Greencard dashboard because this is where all your transactions, whether they be e-commerce, delivery, vending, or in store are located. And right now it's not populated with individual customers, but you'll be able to see each customer's name, their transaction ID, as well as the date and time they came in to pay. This information is especially useful is because that's when we'll be generating the reports tab. Now in reports, you'll be able to download the PDF and track the transaction amounts across your store for that month, week, or day. We have customizable integrated loyalty within the Greencard platform, allowing you as a business owner to customize things like points earned per dollar spent, points required for $1 of loyalty, and an expiration period for these loyalty points. You have open access to this and can change these parameters at any point. Having ownership over your customers' information is especially handy within the Greencard platform because we have integrated outreach and marketing, meaning that you can create and send marketing emails directly from Greencard, as well as SMS, templates, and messages. You also have the ability to group your customers based on certain criteria, whether they be consistent clients or big spenders. You can use this grouping to target each client differently. We also have scheduled posts, pretty self-explanatory. If you'd like to make a post for August and it's June, you can write it up, schedule it for a later date, and continue to add customers to that as the date gets closer. Last but not least, let's take a look at the merchant settings. Now within merchant settings, you can change and update your password, view login history across your team, activate two-factor authentication with a third-party app, look at and change your company information, whether it be your business description, your address, or contact info. And last but certainly not least, we give our merchants the ability to charge a service fee. Now, traditionally, in the ATM or PIN debit environment, dispensaries like to charge a service fee. With that being said, we didn't want dispensaries to lose that source of revenue if they switch over to Greencard. So we wanted to give merchants the ability to charge a service fee that is 100% retained by them. All right, e-commerce. So I touched on previously that we have API integration with WooCommerce. Let me give you a little idea of what that looks like. So after you've connected your WooCommerce site using the API keys right here, a customer will then navigate to your site, click on what they want. In this case, we only have one option. We'll add the gummies to our cart. Once it's gone to their cart, they'll proceed to the checkout process. And here it looks like a standard WooCommerce checkout, right? You enter your first name, last name, personal information, and then here's a product summary down here. Now, we have traditional methods such as direct bank transfer, cash on delivery, or pay with Greencard. And this populates, as you would see, pay with PayPal or pay with Venmo. Once you've clicked Pay with Greencard, this window will populate where you can check things such as merchant details just to make sure you're paying the right person, and then it will prompt you to enter your email associated with the account. If you don't have an account with Greencard, the system will prompt you to create one, needing information such as your name, email, and phone number. From there, we have an integration with MX Bank that will connect it directly to your mobile bank account and add that information to the Greencard app seamlessly and securely. Now, once we've done that, we'll proceed. We'll enter a OTP code. We'll select the bank account in which we want to pay from. Again, all these bank accounts are connected with our MX Bank integration. So we'll click on the checking account. We'll see the payment was successful, and we'll click Thank you. After that, we brought back to WooCommerce, and we'll see an order review summary.